it's kind of like your house pants. You know,
Yes, to go with the hoodie.
everybody has their house pants, right? Like you come home and you take off like your work pants and you put your house pants on. And that's what a neighborhood bar can be, is it's reliable. It's there for you every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, usually there's a stool at the bar somewhere, you know, cause you know, it's just that kind of place. The staff knows you and things like that. It's what you always kind of hope for. But it's actually harder to tap into it, I think, as like to execute, you know,
Yeah.
from a proprietor standpoint.
Are there any things that you're mindful about in trying to achieve that effect of being a neighborhood bar?
I mean, first and foremost is to just listen to the neighborhood. Remember that, like, your product is a controllable as well. You know, the creative menu, or, you know, your spirit selection. Listen to the neighborhood and just kind of listen to what they're looking for, and just be able to kind of see how you can give that in the best way possible. You know, for Corner Door, the first thing that we did was I just used the feature board, you know, what the items of food, drink items that we were featuring that day. And I would feature like different esoteric classics, like an American trilogy, you know, or a Jack Rose. And I would just take note as to how people reacted to that, you know, and that allowed me to determine, okay, here's now my fall menu. And it's based on every time I featured an American trilogy, it did really well, you know, which surprised me. So now I'll do a variation of an American trilogy and just like hone into that frequency and just see what happens. And it worked, you know, just a little experiment.
Being this kind of neighborhood bar, do you have like a solid base of repeat clientele?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do they evolve kind of with the bar as your interests change a little bit?
That is a really, really great question. Actually, no, that's fantastic that you said that, because that is exactly what happens. And it's so rewarding to actually watch it happen. Like, obviously I get to witness it happen, like with my own owners, you know, who start out as a couple of old fashioned drinkers and just like give the middle finger to anything that has Campari in it. But then like after like a few weeks or months together, and it's the same thing with guests, you know, like, oh, I drink vodka gimlets. Yeah. Well, like here's a French 75. Like, let's try that. Let's go from there. If you don't like it, no big deal. You know, but yes, absolutely. I'm looking at recipes of drinks that we featured when we first opened versus recipes that we feature now, and it's night and day contrast. It's like, and I love that, because we're just kind of like pushing the education and the culture forward, just like small and subtle and slow, but enough where like somebody who's been there for like 4 years can like keep an eye on it and see how it's progressed. That's such a great question. I love that.